Hi guys, it's Imran from Gaming Till Disconnected, and this is a review of the MSI AG2712 all-in-one gaming PC. The world's first all-in-one gaming PC, the AG2712 features an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 670 MX graphics card, a third-generation Intel Core i7 processor, MSI's military class 2 components, 1TB HDD storage with an optional 128GB SSD upgrade, a built-in Wi-Fi card, 12GB of DDR3 RAM, a Blu-ray drive, all behind an impressive 27-inch HD anti-glare screen with an optional 10-point touchscreen running Windows 8. Built to accommodate everyone from casual gamers to enthusiastic gamers, the MSI AG2712 can set you back anywhere from £1,700 to £2,000, depending on which upgrades you go for and where you buy it from. The AG2712 also comes with a keyboard and a mouse, but the focus of this review is on the all-in-one itself. The full spec list can be found in the written review on GTD, links in the description. One of the first things you'll notice about the MSI AG2712 all-in-one gaming PC is the massive 27-inch LCD panel, with full high-definition 1080p display, and it's truly magnificent. The PC rests on a clear plexiglass base and gives a slight elegance to otherwise a bulky look. On the top of the display, the MSI AG2712 features a 2-megapixel webcam and an LED to the right of the webcam to indicate if it's active or not. There is also a mic to the left of the webcam. The webcam is a nice touch but has the flaw of being in a fixed position, so you can't change the angle of it. As you can expect with a built-in mic, the audio recording quality isn't going to be that great. The mic is barely adequate. You have to be close to get a decent level of audio. But due to the size of the all-in-one, you'll most likely have it at a distance from you, thus not to burn your retinas. If all you want to do is Skype, then the webcam and the mic will suffice, but you won't be able to get any decent voiceovers out of it. The MSI AG2712 is held by a thick plexiglass stand at the back. You don't have to worry about it tipping over as I was in the beginning. The stand actually provides very secure footing. The main downside to the all-in-one's plexiglass stand is that you can only have the AG2712 at one set angle, about 5 to 10 degrees leaning away from you. On the right side of the all-in-one gaming PC, you have a Blu-ray optical drive, and on the other side of the monitor, you have two USB 3.0 ports. These also supply power even when the PC is turned off. This is so you can charge your phones. There is also a 3-in-1 card reader, and finally the power supply connection. Above these ports, you have a few buttons that turn the MSI AG2712 on and off and control the display. MSI have made the decision to leave the power supply unit on the outside of the main body, which leaves you this horrible power brick in the middle of the power cable. In my opinion, this takes away from the aesthetics of the AG2712. I guess the reason they left it on the outside was to keep the AG2712 as slim as possible, and I wouldn't exactly call it the slimmest thing in the world. At the back of the all-in-one gaming PC, you'll find two more USB 3.0 ports. Once again, these supply power even if the PC is turned off, two regular USB 2.0 ports, a HDMI in, a HDMI out, a VGA port, an RJ45 Ethernet port, and two connections for your mic and headphones. And not forgetting a TV aerial port. In all honesty, I used the TV software on the first day, and I haven't really found a need or a want to use it since. It's in standard definition, so the picture quality is low by today's standard. The software to use the TV tuner, Avia Media TV player, isn't exactly the nicest thing to look at either. The other problem with the TV is the aerial supplied isn't exactly the best, especially if you're operating this at the bottom of a hill. One more thing you'll notice at the back of the MSI AG2712 is 4 wall mount holes. This gives you the chance to install the AG2712 on a wall. On one hand, this allows you to tilt and rotate the monitor in any way you want, dependent on the wall mount itself, but on the other hand, you have to buy a wall mount, meaning you have to spend that little extra. As I said before, one of the first things you'll notice about the MSI AG2712 is a massive 27-inch display. It's a great size for gaming, it really is. Whether you're playing Team Fortress 2 or SimCity, the MSI AG2712 has some built-in profiles that adjust the brightness and contrast of the colours for gaming, watching films and writing. Or you can have your own settings to best suit you. The ability to change the display settings is very simple and straightforward. The controls to adjust the display settings are located below the power button. Just make sure you don't press the power button by accident when you're trying to change the settings. You can also use the MSI AG2712 as a standard display, as you have a HDMI in port. You can plug in your Xbox or PS3 or anything with a HDMI output and use the all-in-one as a regular monitor. The unit I'm reviewing features a 10-point touchscreen, which is an optional upgrade. It works really well and responds to your touch without a noticeable delay. I would like to say I found this invaluable, and I did try to use it at every opportunity, but the novelty wore out very quickly. The distance I was sitting away from the monitor also hindered me from using it. I also found the keyboard and mouse to be much more practical over the touchscreen, so I wouldn't say the touchscreen enhanced or diminished my personal experience. If you want to get the best out of the MSI AG2712, you really need to go for the SSD upgrade, if only to run the operating system. The system can boot in less than 12 seconds from pressing the power button to the start screen. It really makes working and playing on the MSI AG2712 a delight. The SSD upgrade is only 120GB in capacity, which is plenty considering you have the space of the Western Digital 1TB HDD. You just need to be mindful of where you store your data. You don't want to fill up your SSD with films and music. As long as you keep an eye out on the capacity of the SSD, you can install a handful of your favourite games and programs. Just bear in mind Windows 8 also takes up about 20 gigabytes of space. I personally had no issues running games at high settings. The graphics were good and there wasn't any noticeable drops in frame rates. The Nvidia GeForce GTX 670MX performs well even when running a second display. Combine the GTX 670MX with a 3rd generation i7 processor and you won't have any issues running the latest games for the foreseeable future. You may think with all this power and performance, the AG2712, being an all-in-one PC has an issue with overheating, but even with intensive use I never noticed an issue. Even though this is an all-in-one PC, it's actually really well ventilated. The two 5-watt speakers located at the bottom of the AG2712 sound great. The sound produced was clear and on their own they're actually really loud. If you want to be a bit more discreet with your audio, then the MSI all-in-one has a port for a mic and one for speakers or headphones. Just be sure the headsets you're planning to use has adequate length and cable. For most PC headsets this isn't going to be a problem, as they usually have at least 2 meters of cable. This is just so you can move comfortably, and in the event you lean back you don't have to worry about the all-in-one toppling over, as the headphone and mic jacks go in the back. I must admit I had a few teething issues with Windows 8, but this isn't a review on Windows 8, and I'm sure everyone can agree that Windows 8 still needs some improving on. Most all-in-one PCs try to provide every feature under the sun, but lack in the gaming department. The AG2712 does provide a lot of features, but also features a powerful tag team of graphics and processor chips. The SSD may be an optional extra, but due to the effect of starting programs, it's basically a necessity. If you're looking for the most powerful graphics card, processor, and more SSD space, then maybe you should be spending a little bit more money, and on a tower PC, no less. As far as all-in-ones go, this is a decent one for gaming. If you want to see the benchmark scores and read the full review, then you can do so at gamingtildisconnected.com. The link once again is in the description. If you like this review, then please give it a like and subscribe to us for more gaming and tech reviews.